Hey Pisces, what's up? Welcome to my channel. My name is Katie, and today we're going to be doing your money and finances reading. It also includes a little bit of career, so anything related to work and this area of your life we're going to be diving deep into. So get comfy, get something to drink, and remember that you always have power in these readings. Never give away your power to readers, astrologers, or anything like that. Remember that if there's something you don't particularly resonate with you, you don't have to accept it. Especially in these kinds of readings that are general and open for the public. You know, the Pisces collective is a very big collective. And not all messages are going to be for you. So don't accept anything that doesn't feel right. And if there is something that you do resonate with, but you'd like to change in the future, know that you have the power to change things by taking action in the present moment in your life. Okay? Always keep that in mind, Pisces. And having that said, please like this video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. It really does help a ton for us YouTubers. And I hope that you enjoy every bit of this reading, Pisces. Let's see what is ahead for money, finances, and career.
So let's see what money moves are recommended. Let's see what money predictions are coming in to help you and advise you through the cards to make the best choices for your most abundance and your most prosperous reality, basically. I hope you're doing good. I hope everything is going well, Pisces. Please get comfy. Maybe get yourself something to drink. I have my protein coffee here, killing it. It's super delicious. And join me with tea or coffee or water, whatever it is that resonates with you. All right. Universe, angels, beings of love and light, please bring in the most relevant and accurate messages, predictions, and advice for Pisces for money and finances. What is it that Pisces needs to know? So I'm going to do one layer from the Abundance Angels deck, and I'm going to be also pulling some cards from the Tattoo Tarot. Okay, so what I see is that recently you may have been seeing a positive change in finances. Maybe you have been seeing a little bit more money coming in. Maybe there has been some kind of opportunity that has shown up, or some form of increase, whether through your own money or your partner's money or your family's money. It seems like things are getting a little better, all right? What I see is that you are being led and guided to some kind of change. And it may be a change that is a little scary. It may be a change that really pushes you out of your comfort zone financially, and therefore you may feel resistance. So maybe a new product, if you work with products, maybe a new collection, line, a new, I don't know, way of doing things, who knows? Maybe a whole new business altogether, Pisces. But it seems like Spirit is constantly like inviting you to go in that direction. They're kind of like pushing you like, yeah, go, you can do it, you can do it. Like constantly pushing you in that way. However, you may feel like you want to have some help, like you don't want to do things on your own. Maybe you want to manifest some kind of partnership, some kind of assistance, maybe a team, maybe a division in your company that works in this new thing, not just you. I don't know, it's like you want some kind of support to make things easier, but for whatever reason, that may be a challenge at this time. Raise or promotion is showing up in the recent past. So yeah, recently things may have started to look better and better for you financially. And it doesn't mean that they're going to stop. It means that it's just the beginning. Things are going to continue to get better and better. They're telling you this week from the present moment to actively visualize abundance in all forms, okay? So maybe this would be a good week to add like a prosperity EFT tapping session to your morning routine, or like a subliminal for money affirmations every night. Something like that could be beneficial for you this week, because it seems like, you have the ability to visualize heightened for some reason this week. Now, they're telling you by the weekend, it is very important for you to, what I'm hearing is like, if you see something, say something. Not sure how that manifests as far as money goes, but the card is detox your friendships. So if you see something, a red flag in one of your friendships, in one of your connections, if you see something that's like not quite it, someone doing something shady, someone stealing from someone else, someone stealing from you, God forbid, you know, if you see something, say something. It would be an important time to not necessarily confront the person, but to instead like accuse the person basically, or like find some kind of justice. That's what I'm getting. So your energy is showing up as successful funding. Spirit wants you to know that no matter how many doors can get closed on your face, there will always be more doors opening for you. And when I mean more, I don't mean that there's going to be another door opening. I mean that there's going to be always more open doors than closed doors, if you know what I mean. So make sure to align yourself with that understanding that no matter what happens, no matter what has happened in the past, no matter what have gone how in the past, you are vibrating this energy of successful funding. It's like you're funded. You know what I mean? Like, even if you don't see the funds necessarily in your account right now, your frequency speaks of someone who's like sponsored by spirit. It's like all needs are taken care of. Everything is going to be provided for you. And in an energetic level, you may, again, feel it very easily, very calmly. It may not show in the human reality as much, but at the same time, if you think about it, in the past, you've been like, oh, I would love one of those. I would love one, that shirt, that skirt, that app, that device, that home, that whatever. And one way or another, you seem to get what you want eventually, okay? So vibrate in that and be aware of your power in that sense. Your environment needs decluttering though. Okay, so that is going to be important for your finances this week. There could be a lot of maybe money that wants to come in, but because something is like stale, stagnant, cluttered, not updated, things maybe not flowing in as much, okay? So let's say that you have a messy desk and a messy room and an office that is just a mess. You could be working longer hours, you could be feeling more inspired, but because of the mess, it's like it's holding you back. This could also be like maybe maybe your website is not updated. I need to update mine. So that could be for me. And that could be actually pushing away clients who are looking for, fresh things and finding something that's not updated. Things like that, okay? So in your hopes and fears, what I see here is savings and asking for your needs to be met. Also the need to let go of guilt, Pisces. So you have a desire to save. At the same time, you have a resistance to save. Pay attention to that. Maybe dive deep into what that really means. Sometimes we're like, yeah, I do feel that way, but we don't dive deep into trying to understand why we feel that way. And the whole thing with savings, it talks about stability. It talks about self-love. It is a form of self-love and protection. Sometimes when we have experienced poverty and things like that, having savings feels almost like a luxury you can't really afford. And sometimes, it's like people burn through their money and their savings immediately after getting them because they feel like they have been in lack for so long that they're still kind of like in lack. And it feels a little weird to have that there. So maybe explore a little bit about that, research a little bit about that psychologically, energetically, and, see if there's something there that could be keeping you away from your most stable and safe self. Ask for your needs to be met and let go of guilt. God and the angels can come to your aid only if you make a free will choice to be helped. And it begins with asking. Doesn't matter how you ask God for help, but only that you do so. The same holds true with clearly asking other people to assist you and harmoniously accepting their help, right? Harmoniously accepting their help. Now we got let go of guilt. Some of you, it's like you have help available, but you're not maybe taking offers of help because you feel guilty of how you did or didn't do something in the past. You know, maybe there is like, oh, would you like a credit card? And you're like, that could be very helpful, but because I didn't know how to manage one in the past, I'll punish myself out of guilt and not get one. Or something like that. I'm not saying that's the case. It could also be a very smart move not to take on a credit card, you know what I mean? But I don't know, there seems to be like help and assistance, maybe from loved ones, maybe from, or things you can do at work to get you closer to abundance. But it's like because of guilt, you may be refraining yourself from asking the divine. Maybe you feel like unworthy of that help. I don't know. Let me know if this resonates in the comment section. You guys know that I always find it interesting to see how the energies, it's like they shift and they morph to adapt to different contexts. By the way, my loves, if you would like to receive daily shorts with intuitive messages, please head to my new channel. I'm having a lot of fun over there. And there's some long form videos that I have already recorded that you can watch and they can complement these readings. And there's also a lot of shorts that will definitely pop in your feed at the exact time you need them. They have for me. It's very odd. It's very odd to see your own face telling you exactly what you need to hear at random moments. Especially if you have like scheduled things like way in the past. It's very odd. It's an interesting experience. And I like it. Anyway, so money for Pisces. Let's see. Money and career for Pisces. We have the world in the current situation. You really do have the world in your hands, Pisces. I don't know if you're aware of how much potential and possibility you hold in your hands every day. You are so talented. You have so many skills, skills that you have learned in this life, skills that you have learned in past lives. People can tell, and it makes them feel all sorts of ways. Some people feel jealous, other people feel inspired. But I feel like the only person who don't quite see how powerful you are is you. And that goes and shows, you know, in areas related to money too. Okay, so there could be an Aries, Leo, Sagittarius person showing up as some form of challenge this week for you. Now, this could be someone who is very meticulous, very detail-oriented. They may be checking something about your finances, your reports, your tax stuff. I don't know. This could be some kind of like person who works at the IRS. I don't know what it is, but some of you may have to like answer some calls about certain things, answer some questions about certain financial moves from the past. That could be the case this week showing up. Maybe they want to reach you, they haven't been able to contact you. That could be the case for some of you. Now, for others of you, I see that this week you are trying to be in this Queen of Wands energy. The Queen of Wands is creative, she's inspired, she's killing it at life, and she's paying equal amounts of attention to all areas of life and succeeding in all of them, okay? However, if this is showing up as a challenge in a money reading, then you may realize that this week there's a lot of other areas of your life pulling on your attention, and that you may not be able to dedicate as much time, you know, as you would like to money and career. It's like, it seems like you're going to be doing not the bare minimum, but kind of like the bare minimum in all areas of life to keep everything afloat and working well. Maybe you're not going to have the time or the energy to like dedicate hours and hours and hours to a new idea in work. That may be saved for the future. So I feel like other things, maybe in the household, maybe in the family, maybe in your relationship, maybe in your health, are going to be also very important. And you are definitely showing up with an energy of balance and wanting to have all areas of life balanced equally. Not just one over another, not just money over the others, right? So I see that recently you may have been feeling a little conflicted about finances or about something that is related to your career. Many of you have been thinking, should I change careers? Should I adapt or shift a little bit my path? There seems to be a little bit of like conflicted energy. This week, you may find yourself anxious about something. It may be related to money, but honestly, I feel like it may be related to other things actually. And that anxiety is pulling your attention away from this area. So maybe you're stressed about something in the family. Maybe you're stressed about a particular relationship. And it's like you can't quite really focus on work, it seems. Especially if you don't have a clear plan on what is it exactly that you need to do. Doing that bare minimum can be kind of complicated because you may be like, well, I could do this or this or this or this. Like, what is going to make the difference? What is going to really make it through? So basically, Spirit is telling you to prioritize and to analyze. Like, okay, if I do 5 things every week for work, but one of them is the one that brings in the money, and the other 4 are kind of like optional, ideal, good for like growth and promotion, but like they don't have any like solid result. Maybe this week choose the one that makes the money, and maybe be a little forgiving if you can't do the other ones, right? Don't expect yourself to have all the energy and the time to do absolutely everything. Maybe just pick and choose what really makes a difference. At the end of the day, you know, maybe this week you're not going to be able to do those other 4 things that are related to promoting. But if you did the one thing that keeps the income coming in, then life as you know it continues, you know? So that kind of strategy is advice for you this week. Be patient, keep your balance. Not only you're going to feel pulled and called to keep all of the areas of your life balanced. Not only that, but you're going to feel called because it's important. Show up in all of them. In your environment, there could be a very loving, motherly energy. Could be a Capricorn, Virgo, Taurus. Could be any other sign. But this Queen of Pentacles, she is very grounded. She's responsible, level-headed, okay? Your environment, again, it could be a person that is showing up with this energy, or it could be like your environment in general, like everything around you is holding that vibe for you. I see here that you're going to want to take it easy. You're going to want to take it a little easier than you should. Maybe the bare minimum feels like a lot, and you might just want to like if you had the option to not work this week, you may choose to not work this week, okay? But Spirit is saying there is something that requires your attention. There is something at work that requires your presence, and it is what it is. So they tell you show up. You know, it's like the bare minimum is the bare minimum. Like, don't choose to do less than the bare minimum because you could get in trouble somehow. You know, maybe not enough money comes in and it has to, or there is something important that needs to get approved, done, submitted, whatever. Like those kind of things, the bare minimum, once you identify it, do it, because it could, you know, breed a problem if not. As far as more than the bare minimum, you know, you don't have to do more this week. There seems to be a lot going on in other areas. I can't see what is going on because this is about this area, but what I see is that you're being pulled to other areas, okay? And there's a little bit of stress and anxiety here, right? So Pisces, yeah, if you would like to know a little bit more about your particular situation, we can always do a personalized reading. These are $55. And you can book it in the description box. Basically, it's a video just like this, but it's not for Pisces. It's not public. It's just for you. It is about your energy. I would need your name and your birthday and your question when you place the order. In the notes little thing, you can write that down. And or otherwise through email, I'll get in touch. But it's definitely important so I can tap into your energy and answer whatever question it is about your life that you are wanting to clarify. Okay, so if you would like one of those, I would love to provide one of those for you. You can find them in the description box below. And you will also see the link for the new channel in case it resonates with you and you would like to check it out. This new channel is a mega baby. It's tiny. I have, recorded very little for it, but it's going to be growing and growing with time, and it is intended to provide readings that are not limited to the zodiac sign. I may often, post for one sign or another if I feel called to, but it's more flexible in that sense, and it is not limited by time either, so it's not going to be like weeklies or monthlies. Those are going to be held here. And over there is going to be more like, whenever that message needs to reach you, the algorithm just will make it through to you. So that's the point. Anyway, Pisces, thank you so much for watching. Thank you for being here. I love you to the moon and back, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.